Hey, what's good? What's good? We back again. We're back again. When I said, uh, you know, we are more than a football podcast, I wasn't lying. Um, we do a lot of things. We do a lot of things. Whatever matters to us, whatever matters to you, is um, that's what we do. So today or now or whenever you're watching this, we got a Valentine special because Valentine's in the air. Well, COVID is in the air, not Valentine. So we're gonna be seeing how COVID has affected a lot of relationships, how COVID is affecting dating, and if you're single, what you seeing COVID to be doing for you. Um, so yeah, we're gonna have a couple of people join us today, hopefully, because everyone will be busy, and we'll be lucky and fortunate to get what we get to be able to join us and doing this. Um, but yeah, the usual thing, if you do watch the whole thing, thank you very much. If you like what you're watching, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, send us a message, leave us a comment. If there's anything you wanna, hear us talk about, don't be shy. Like hit us up. Instagram, IAMSTAN underscore podcast. Drop us a message in the comment section. Um, like we say, everyone's welcome. So this is something not just for us. This is something for everybody. So if you got anything you want to share and be part of, just let us know. Anyway, like let's dive in. Let's dive in. Hey, bro, it's good, man.
Good man, how you doing?
Hey, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Is that a
Looking
go?
good, look. Huh?
That goatee?
Uh, Probably. Let's
It
have a
is
look.
a goatee, my guy. Hey, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, man. Uh, how
All
you
right,
doing?
I'm good, man. You're looking very distinguished.
No, it's all a lie.
Nah, what you don't? What you ain't gonna keep it,
No, I've just let it grow.
bro? Let it grow, man. Let it grow. It is working. It is working
Gonna
for
look like a goat one day, hopefully.
you.
We'll see.
Hey, the
We'll see,
goatest
man.
goat, the goatest goat of all time, fam.
Yeah, I'm on bad. That's how I'm gonna introduce myself.
Bad motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
What's in
You've
the cup?
always looked you've always looked distinguished, so you know.
Hey, I do try, man. I do try. What's in the cup? What's in the cup?
What's the
What's in the cup?
what's the neck up?
What's in the cup? What's in your
Oh,
mug?
what's in the cup? It says cup of coffee, but it's tea.
Fam, you drinking? Are you like? Is this like a New Year, New You thing? Because last time I was on video call, you man was sipping on water. Usually, whenever we video call, you were sipping on something a little bit, a little bit.
Oh no, no. Mum's debating whether to go out and get some
Oh,
wine.
alright,
But
alright.
I was like, don't
Oh,
bother,
okay. Oh,
because no, it's
oh,
because bro, there's people out there like walking without masks and stuff, and just not giving a shit
fair play, man, fair
and
play.
pretending this is all fake and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll just leave it till tomorrow. She might still go there, but yeah, for now, tea.
Yeah, but
Yeah, man.
what if she wears a mask?
Even then, man, it's like I don't know. I don't know because there's this new variant in it, so it's like
Mm,
even
mm,
if you're vaccinated, because she got the vaccination not too long
okay.
ago.
Mm.
Yeah, she got her first dose, and I'm still worried. Like someone out there who's ill as hell is just kind of like too like in her face or something, because
Fair play, bro. Fair play, fair play.
people are like it's just the flu, it's just a cold, and when people talk about it's just the flu, I'm just like, if you've had flu, you'll know
Mm,
that how bad flu is itself as
mm,
well. Because a
mm. Fair
cold and
play.
flu are two completely different. Flu, you feel like you're dying. I've had it once and never again, hopefully. But yeah, anyway.
Fair dude,
Yeah,
man. Fair dude.
what's up with you?
Bro, I'm just here trying to chat about COVID and love and being single and dating and
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
And
if I recall it properly, It
Mhm.
was how has COVID affected dating?
Basically, like as in, has it been good or bad? Has it been a good or bad thing
Mm,
in regards to just like the dating environment, whether for people who are single
mm,
or seeing someone who are in a relationship or married or whatever, different stages? Has it been a good or bad thing? Because I've known a few people, for example, who new relationship had to spend 2 3 months in the same house, broke up
mm.
because it's like the litmus test. I think they call it litmus test, yeah. And it's
The
just
what? The
like
what test?
litmus test or litmus
Litmus
test,
test. Okay.
yeah, or litmus test. Yeah, it's just like a proper test to see, like, in this context, can you stand each other? Because you're probably having to be with each other like most hours of the day and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people, they realize, oh my god, wow, I can't be around this person all day. So those are the people in relationships, or in marriages or whatever, or just with someone. And then yeah, then obviously there's the other side, people seeing people and people are completely single. And like I just find that angle interesting as well, because I'm like, without the physical, a lot more effort is required, I think anyway, to maintain um romantic spark kind of thing. You have to actually like be creative, and you have to actually talk about things that matter to each other, instead of just like meeting someone and just banging and it's like cool. Because as one of my friends put it, he was like, sometimes he finds that if once he's had sex with a girl, it's like mission achieved. And then by at that point he starts getting bored. I'm like, fair enough. But obviously, people see things different ways. For some people, it might make them like, yes, this is the one. But for some people, it's like, I've got my platinum trophy next game. You know what I mean?
I I
Yeah.
it is funny because it is true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the reason for your friend for the way he feels, but
Mm-hmm.
I can say I can relate because like
Mm-hmm.
there's certain times that, especially if you're not thinking of committing to anything, if you're not thinking long term, if you're enjoying being single, you're just doing you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the it's not the aim, but one of the perks of being single is uh you can get with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So when you know you can do that, and when you do that, you know
Mm-hmm.
your intention is not to be tied down. So obviously
Mm-hmm.
you once you not, it's like, or once you bust, it's just like, okay, I bust, I'm out. Like I said,
Yeah.
I said to a couple of boys a couple of weeks ago, I was like, at
Mm-hmm.
times it's like, I don't know why, it's like as soon as you not,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it's, I don't know, it's like
You're.
your old body just like refreshes. It's just like like you upgrade. It's not even. It's like you update it. I don't know what it is, but your whole body, like your
Mhm.
whole system, is just like, all right, okay, cool.
You're
Yeah.
releasing your interest in the person. No jokes.
I think you could call it that. You could call it that. You could call it
Yeah.
that. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
scientifically, I think I think they said it's like dopamine. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chemical in our body
Mm-hmm.
that that gives us this. I don't. I think adrenaline. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever we're attracted to a woman, that chemical or that dopamine is like, it's active. But then as soon
Mm-hmm.
as you said, mission accomplished. As soon as you've gotten that, then that chemical just sort of fizzes out. So obviously,
Mm-hmm.
if you meet another person, or if you interact with another person, that chemical sort of
Mm-hmm.
reactivated, and then you get that new high, if that makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we got somebody coming in, fam. We got
Oh, okay.
we got Chrissy coming in.
Oh, hello.
Connect, connecting audio. But yeah, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. But at the same time,
I think.
you said like
Mm,
without the physical aspect, do you not
mhm,
feel like maybe at times, for you to get a decent relationship with someone, you sort of got to
mhm,
allow the physical aspect. You got to take the sex out of it, because I feel like sex is
mhm.
it's very deceiving because a lot of people
Ooh, ooh, you've touched on something I find really interesting. So, um, I won't say which relationship exactly, but one of my
mm,
relationships was one where, like, we'd been talking for a while, or like for a little bit. First time we met, we had sex, and
mm.
bro, it confuses everything. So, like, actually, it was quite quick to be fair. I think I talked to her for like a week or two, and then we met.
Hello.
And hello, hi,
Yo,
Hello.
what's good? How you doing?
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much for joining us, for being part of this.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you for asking and
It's
including.
okay. That's okay. Yeah, we're in the middle of a conversation, and I guess I'll just go back to the question. Like, do you think that the pandemic has been good or bad for relationships and for people that are single, people that are seeing people that are married, in the sense that, like, now, if you're, let's say if you're married, you have to spend most of your time with the person now. And if you're single, that sort of physical aspect is gone away, or like is less accessible, even if you're seeing someone, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, do you think, I don't know, is it a positive or a bad thing? Is there pros and cons to just,
I think it's been bad for
yeah?
relationships in general. It's been atrocious. It's
How's
been
that?
awful. Because I feel like before, like with a lot
Mm-hmm.
before like the pandemic and everything, with a lot of people, because like with me, I can't entertain someone over text. Like I get bored.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously for me, I'm the type, okay, well, let's go out, this
Mm-hmm.
and that. Like I can't do this texting business. So if there's people that are like me, like they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
They're struggling
Mm-hmm.
because they're not on this, they're not keyboard bashers. They're not on this texting to, and just that getting to spend that time, quality time, outside you, like, let's say, like you said, marriage wise, getting to spend
Mm-hmm.
that time outside your house from your spouse and all of that is healthy. You like being together 24/7 is so unhealthy. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the pandemic's just been really, really bad for relationships in general.
Fair play, fair play. Do you reckon though, for example, where you have to spend all the time with that person, for example, in a marriage, if you find that you annoy each other suddenly, do you reckon it could be a sign that you're not as compatible as you thought you were, or do you think it's just like normal just to get away from each other sometimes?
I think it's normal because
Mm-hmm.
really, realistically, who spends
Mm-hmm.
24/7 with their partners? Just you and your
Mm-hmm.
partner 24/7 in the same house all day,
Mm-hmm.
7 days a week. No one does that generally. So you have
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like they say, you have like certain things about your partner that you don't like anyway, that
Mm-hmm.
you can't love everything about someone. I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
possible. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with that being said, so the little things that are annoying, or you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you find that it's probably just those little things that you didn't like before and you're just having
Mm-hmm.
to put up with them more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you're not compatible. I just feel like because you're around each other so much, those things would
Mm-hmm.
start to bother you more than usual. It's like siblings. The longer
Mm-hmm.
you're around your siblings, the more you just want to rip their heads off. Like I think it's the same thing.
Fair,
It's the
fair.
same thing.
So if we go to the other side of the spectrum, so the people that are like single and seeing someone, that kind of thing, what we're talking about before this actually was like, well, I think that talk about having that physical access to someone, it kind of complicates things, especially for people that maybe straight away have sex with someone. You, like, as soon as that's happened, a lot of the times when the relationship is quite new, you just start ignoring red flags because there's suddenly that sort of attachment. Do you think at all, it can be argued that it's sort of, it can be a good thing that you don't have as easy access to that anymore. So like you can actually get to know the person, or do you just think it's all just bad?
No,
like,
okay, so
yeah,
you've got a point there. You've definitely got a point there. Like, because like you said, like some females, they'll have sex with a guy, that's it, they've caught feelings, that's it, they're hooked. Like, you know, they've now got plans, that's my baby daddy, you're gonna have X amount of kids, live in a 5-bedroom house. Like, so the whole probably not having it, like, you know, being able to easily access it, it could be looked at as a positive. That's true. It could be looked at as positive, because you're, like I said, you're spending now more time talking to people, like trying to actually get to know each other. And people tend to skip that section of it, of like getting to actually know the person that you're laying down with, and you just laying down, in the next, like a couple of weeks down the line, couple of days, you're crying to your bedroom because that was baby daddy number 6. Like, you never know. I get that. Like, it could be looked at as a positive. It could be looked at as a positive as well. I do see you, Leah, but I don't know. Pandemic's been a bit shit in general. It's just been.
Because
So
I think as well, the mask starts to slip off with people that because a lot of people are good pretenders. You're like, okay, I'll do this, and I know how to get girls attracted by doing this, that, the other, or you know, vice versa. And yeah, I feel like now it's harder to do that, and it's even because I'm sort of like, I don't like texting that much, but I'm a talker. So if someone likes talking, I'll just like call or something like that. But even then, there's only so much you can pretend to be a genuine person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's only so much you can actually do over text as well. Like I said, like in person, you actually get to meet people. Like, like I'm big on vibe. If our vibe don't go, as soon as we meet, like if I don't feel your vibe, that's it. I'm good to go. Like, it's not for me. So obviously, with the whole texting situation, like it's harder. Like you can't really fake it till you make it, if you get what I mean, because then you're gonna lose. You're not gonna know what like to talk about. You're gonna get to a point where it's just then, hi, yeah, you're good, yeah, okay. Did you eat today? Yeah. It's gonna get to that point because you're not actually genuinely interested in this person. Like, but face to face, it would have been, you probably would have got what you wanted and kept it moving. So texting.
I kind of agree with you as well, because I'm sure we've sort of like all had this experience, or like most of us, where you text someone, the person you meet is completely different. That happened to, especially when I was younger, especially when I was like 16 and stuff. You'd be talking to someone like, oh, it's always, you know, loads to talk about. You meet them, silence. I'm like, are you the same person?
It's crickets in, like, yeah,
you know?
definitely. And I hate that so much. Like,
yeah,
I'll be thinking I could be in my bed right now watching my series or out with my friends. I could actually be doing something worth my time. Like, so yeah, no, that whole, and that's the thing of some people. I find some people tend to over exaggerate themselves on text, because sometimes that's your only way of actually communicating with a person, because you know some girls don't really like seeing guys straight away, you know, all of this. So obviously when you're texting, like some people do tend to oversell themselves. So when you meet now in person, you've forgotten that you've now sold X amount of dreams. You've now got to keep the same energy. You've got to keep the same energy, like, and some people don't know how to keep the same energy, and that's the killer right there. You don't know how to keep the same energy, so don't exaggerate yourself on text.
Exactly. And it's like in person, it's more natural, as in you don't get time to rehearse your responses, kind of thing. No. Whereas text, you can be like, okay, shit, go on YouTube, okay, text that will get the girl of my dreams.
Yeah, like
yeah, babes, what you saying? What you saying?
Yeah. You can't do that.
Yeah, nah, nothing in it. Yeah, just in my Lambo. Sorry, you know, I don't want to take the Ferrari today. People lie so much, like. So, to be honest, in the process of this conversation, I have sort of shifted more to this side. You know, where you say things are like just worse in a way, because it's just everything's But,
and I also feel like because. Yeah. We don't know when this whole lockdown business is going to end, so people might be out here now wasting their times texting this individual. Basically you're wasting your whole pandemic on this person, only for you to now come out of lockdown and then you've met this person and it's like like, what am I doing? Like, when's the next, like, I need to get home kind of situation. And I feel like that's also why I feel like it's just been such a negative, because people talk for before, it's like, oh, you know, you chat someone for a week or a couple of days, whatever, and then you meet them. But we're going months into lockdown. Like, people might end up falling in love with people over text, and then you're meeting them and you're like, it's not for me. It's not for me.
I got desperate in it.
I got, yeah.
Slim pickings.
I was slacking a little bit. No, definitely. Oh no, but pandemic's been dead.
How about you, Abdul? What do you think? Do you think it's been a good thing, a bad thing?
I don't know. Like, in the long run, if you've been chatting to someone on text, or it's not going to be text. If you've been chatting to someone for like 8 months on text, just on text, and there's a problem. Like, there's a problem. If in the 8 months y'all ain't FaceTime or you ain't done calls or nothing, there's a problem. But like, if you're chatting to someone for that long, you're getting to know them. I feel like no matter what happens after lockdown, you've gotten to know this person. So wherever you meet, it's gonna be wherever you've been chatting to. And if it's not the same person, which happens all the time, because whenever we meet people, even like in friendships, we always put, I don't think we do it intentionally, but the person you put your best foot forward, as I say. So once you meet, you then meet the best version of you, if that makes sense, or they meet what they want to see in you. So in any relationship, friendship, or or y'all are smashing or long term, whatever, eventually you're gonna start to get to know this person. You're gonna start to strip away the layers and be like, all right, okay, there's this part you I didn't know about, and that's all cool, because I feel like if there was no lockdown, you meeting someone, like going on dating stuff, all the little things sort of distract you from the real person. So as Chrissy was saying, like, you texting someone, 6 months, 8 months, y'all are like, y'all are getting to know each other. But she doesn't like texting. She'd rather meet someone. She'd rather go out and do stuff. But if we're on a date now, I took you out to, like, okay, let's see, Chris, what's your ideal first date? What's your ideal first date?
I'd say a meal, because over a meal you get to know someone better. Like, you just that, or I don't know, somewhere like where you're able, just, I don't know, chill environment, you can talk. I don't know, it's very
chill environment. I know guys are gonna want to do the most, and with the way guys been moving, like, let's say someone takes you to the shard now. Someone's taking to the shard. Fine, you'll be gassed. So your mind will be blown. At this point in time, you're not even thinking about the guy. You're thinking like, fam, this is a whole new experience. I got to tell the girls about this. I'm living the life. So even if the guy ain't even all that, even if he's lacking, you can't really see that, because he's already he's covered that, or he's distracted you with the other sort of little things. So the car picks you in, is dressing, where I went for a day, so so you don't get to know him, you just get to do things. So I feel like, in a way, COVID is helping in terms of getting to know someone and getting to know yourself as well. Because that's the one thing people tend to neglect, because everyone seeks for happiness and for togetherness with someone else. People don't really tend to try and find that in themselves. Everyone's always looking to find it in someone else. So over lockdown, if you're getting to know somebody, you're also getting to know yourself. And if you're a person who kind of realizes that, look, you know what? Because before lockdown, I didn't know what people's situation are. Maybe you were in a relationship, maybe you were dating, or maybe you were single and you're happy to be single. Whatever it was, it's going to get to a point where you're either going to realize that, okay, you know what, I've got nothing going for myself, or, I've got flaws I need to work on, or I've got strengths I need to make stronger. So not only are you getting to know someone else, you're getting to know yourself, you're getting to work on yourself. So when you come out of lockdown, even if the person you meet ain't the person, if the person you've been talking to the whole time ain't the person you thought they were, you've come out as a better version of yourself before lockdown. And that just sets you up for some next badass relationship. So I feel like COVID is definitely like decent for like helping people get into better relationships. Helps make relationships stronger. I'm all for COVID and lockdown. Plus, I'm an introvert. I don't like going out. I don't do dates, man. I'd rather just bring you back to your yard, cook food, go to the movie. That's
It's
me.
fuck people. Fuck
So
people.
it's so
Okay, so yeah,
lockdown,
I feel
lockdown's
like
peaceful.
probably for introverts, this lockdown's been amazing. It's been amazing. But like, I just feel like this lockdown's been dragging. Like, it's getting to the point now where I'm like, but I've been saying this for months. Boris Johnson just needs to send me my fine now, because whatever I do from now on, like, at least I paid for it already. It's moving long. This lockdown's moving a bit long, and I feel like, and that's another thing. Like, for people who aren't introverts, who don't like staying in, like, who get to know people more so by meeting them instead of over text and stuff like that. Like, we're struggling. Like, with me personally, I'm single. I don't like, but I can't, like I said, I can't do this texting business. Like, it gets to a point where I'm genuinely bored. I don't know what else I can like talk to you about. I'll be but because I'm who I am, I'm very honest. So I'll be like, listen, the conversations are starting to drag a little bit. Like, I don't know what else to say, because I don't like people wasting my time, so I don't like wasting other people's time. So it's harder for me to say, okay, yeah, you know, because I'm hearing people found a man during lockdown. I'm like, how? Where? Where did you find that one? Last time I checked, everyone's in their houses. So I don't know. So I'm kind of 50. I can see that there's the pros and the cons to lockdown relationships, but I feel like I'm more side on the cons side of relationships. Like, it's affecting relationships. Don't know.
Yeah, but you made a point there about, you know, the conversation dragging and you know to talk about. So which kind of goes against what I said earlier. So imagine you and your partner been together for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Both of you got work, both of you got lives outside your home. And then lockdown happens, and then boom, you're both working from home. There's nothing else going on in your lives, you know. So you've got nothing to talk about. You get to know this person for who they really are, and you're like, wait a minute. This is not the person I thought you were. You know, you start to see red flags, as you said, Tabo. One of you said, you know, about the red flag. You start to see red flags, and you're like, okay, this isn't right. But then because of the kind of society we are, especially like the younger generation, you know, with the whole cancel culture, would you rush into end that relationship because you've seen a lot of red flags, or would you try and work on making that stronger to try and see if you can go the long run?
I feel like if it's a marriage, I would definitely try. Like, obviously, I'm learning new. It's like we're getting to know each other again. So we're now discovering things again that we don't like about each other. So I feel like in a marriage, you can't rush to just say, you know what, I'm out. You're not who I thought you were. You have to work on that, because you're probably not who your partner thought you was. So you definitely have to work on it. And also, if it's not a marriage and it's like a relationship, just like a, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, I feel like it also depends on how long you've been together, how much you've actually invested. Like, what you invested, is it worth losing? Have you invested enough? Or if you haven't invested, if you feel like you both of you have not invested enough, like, but I would feel like it's a conversation that you would need to have as well. You would need to sit your partner down and say, boom, this is how I'm feeling. Like, I'm starting to feel like I need to go my way, you know, but at least give your partner the decency of having that conversation. Don't just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm gone. Bye. See you later. Like, but you know, how it's a conversation that definitely needs to be had.
My answer
that way. But yeah. What was your answer?
My answer's more like, I think a lot of relationships are because of convenience. So if you notice, like a lot of people, let's say when it's time to go to uni, maybe they were like childhood sweethearts or whatever. When they go, I don't know, opposite sides of the country for their education or whatever, a lot of them tend to break up. And I think it's sort of like when something is convenient, I don't know, what you both work or you're both in the same school, that kind of thing. When something is convenient, it's easier just to like, oh, okay, let's just start a relationship kind of thing. And I agree with you in the sense that, like, if it did get to the point where, I don't know, you're like in a marriage and you're like, oh my God, I really don't like this person, like, you know, having to spend all the time with them, I feel like in that situation, you'd obviously try and make it work and stuff. But I feel like in some relationships, you'd sort of see that, oh my God, like I don't like this person as much as I thought I did. Or if you're seeing someone or you've been seeing each other for ages, I feel like in those situations, I'd be more likely to be like, you know what,
I'm gone.
this isn't the one. Because this thing is, I think spending all the time together, like if let's say you annoy each other, because there's annoying each other like a little bit, just like stuff that's not that big a deal. But if there's like major stuff, you're basically getting in, I don't know, in that short time, what maybe might annoy you over the 25 years of marriage or whatever, however long you're married. So I think, however long you're together. So like, I think some problems, if it's like really big, actually, even if it's a marriage, if it's like really, really fucking big, you're like, oh my God, I've never realized this. I think at that point, it's just best to cut your losses. And I think that's where this is good, kind of thing, for relationships, because it forces people to be like, really know each other, kind of thing. You can't just ignore it and be like, you know,
And brush it
oh, he
under the
does this thing. Oh, well, at least I'm out, I'm at work or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like when you spend a lot of time apart, you can brush a lot under the carpet, Whereas maybe if, you're both working from home and you realize you see his gambling addiction or whatever, like every day you're like, okay, no, this is too much kind of thing. I can't,
With that being said, like,
Yeah,
do you
but
feel
yeah,
like your, like divorce rate might go
I
up?
think I think it's good.
But do you think like
Do
because
you
of the
think?
pandemic,
Do I think
divorce
divorce
rate
might
go
have gone
up?
up? Do you think?
I feel like it might go up because I feel like the divorce rate might go up. The amount of people separating might go up because people are probably gonna use it as an excuse and be like, oh well, I was with him all throughout the whole pandemic. He was just getting on my nerves. I couldn't do it anymore. So kind of thing. So we separated. All of this and all of that. I don't know. That's another thing. Like people are using the pandemic as an excuse. Like people, okay. So you see, like with certain, you need to put yourself out there a bit more, and become you're a bit too much of an introvert, and your social life was close to zero before the pandemic, and now it's just gone altogether. I feel like with those type of people, they might use that as an excuse and be like, well, it's a pandemic. Well, you should try meeting new people. It's a pandemic. Like, where am I gonna meet? It's a pandemic. Like, I feel like people might use that as not to, go out there, meet new people. Before, your friends would force you, be like, yeah, just come, or let's go, all of this, and like, or you meet people through other people. But now, because we're in a pandemic, you can't do that. You can't. So you're kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it might force some people to stay in negative ways, like their negative ways, if you get what I mean. It makes sense. Yeah, so I don't know.
I can't lie. Like this, I'm quite happy that like now when people are like, "Yo, can you come do this?" and I really don't wanna, I'm just like, "Yo, it's the times, I can't." I'm sorry, I can't come because there's some invites where you're like, where you're like, I really don't want to go to this thing, but it's rude to say no. And you're like, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I can't. I really love to, but I really can't. So like for me, I'd say I'm more like I'm ambivert. So I'm like in the middle. So I love going concerts and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know, cinema, all that stuff. But a lot of it I'll do by myself, kind of thing, because I think a lot of people are quite annoying, like just to put it bluntly. But yeah, so I do miss that social aspect of it, kind of thing. But sometimes it's like there's some people that like just drain your battery.
Oh, definitely.
And maybe it's just because maybe they're not themselves all the time. They're not genuine, that kind of energy, that kind of thing. So I like the fact that now I can just straight up be like, yo, it's a pandemic, man. Like I ain't even seen my best friends, But yeah, I get what you mean about falling into bad habits. Like introverts must be loving this shit. But I actually wonder even for myself, because I haven't left the house. I haven't left the house in months, like except from like taking out the bin and shit. But I'm like, when it goes back to normal, if it ever does, what are like people's social skills going to be like in person? Because obviously we've got Zoom. Yeah, you can smile for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then afterwards be like, for fuck's sake, thank God that's over. But in person, you can't do that, can you?
No, you can't.
So it's like, what are people's social skills going to be like after all this?
I think it's gonna be awful.
I don't know.
It's gonna be awful. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because when it's like, especially I feel like with like our friends and like, let's say for people that are in relationships and probably don't live together, you're now gonna have to now get used to being around this person, being around people. Like you said, people are annoying. I find people, it gets to a point where people just annoy me, and I'll say, you know what, I need a day or two to myself. And I feel like it's that aspect of, okay, I need a day or two to myself, but it's a thing where we've just come out of a lockdown. I need to now force myself to now know how to, like, okay, this friend doesn't like it when I do this. This person doesn't like it when I do this. This person doesn't, this person does this. Annoys me when they, you know. So it's like, I feel like everyone's just gonna like go back to like getting to know each other again realistically. Because like you said, like some people we're gonna change. We're gonna change. Like through this pandemic, people are probably gonna change. Gonna get like we were saying earlier on, they're gonna grow. Probably attitudes are gonna change, behaviors are gonna change. So it's gonna be an interesting one, to be honest. It's gonna be an interesting one.
Between both of you,
people on dates like sweating and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, go on. What were you saying?
What's your so far? To the best of my knowledge, you're both single. So how has dating been? If you've been trying to date, and what is, if anything, what have you sort of found out about yourself that you want to change?
What I would say to change for sure, my communication skills are atrocious. They are so bad. Like, they were bad before, but I feel like I said, people picking up bad habits. I'm using this pandemic to kind of just, you know, shy away. So there'll be times when I'm not at work because I'm a healthcare assistant, so I've been working throughout this whole anyway. So it'll be like I'll be like, people will call me or message me. I'll be like, oh, you know what, I'm at work. Put my phone down. But before, people would, like, my schedule used to be the same. So I used to work on set days. Now I just work here, I work there, so my schedule's random. So I've kind of got to know, like, okay, because my schedule's so random, people don't know when I'm free anymore. Before they did, now they don't. So I really need to stop avoiding people and actually reply to messages when messages come in, not wait 2 to 4 business working days or God knows what, and then reply. So that's something I definitely need to change and work on, my communication skills for sure. That's so bad. What was your other question?
I can't even remember now.
The dating, like, how's the, if you are like still talking and seeing people, or, you know, chatting,
basically
Valentine's
Day, you're gonna be receiving a little something on Valentine's Day.
I'm gonna be sat in my bed with my pot of ice cream, my teddy bear. I will be my own Valentine's on Valentine's Day. I have it all set up already. No, but because of my communication skills and how bad they actually are, I feel like that's the only reason Valentine's Day will be me, myself, and I, because it gets, like I said, I get bored. So I just, like, the conversation just dries, so my replies will be short. I'll take a good couple of days sometimes to reply, or you'll message me in the morning. I won't message you till like 10 in the evening. It makes people feel like, oh, she's not interested. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just that I just have really bad communication skills.
So what? Even in a relationship, are you the same?
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm the same. I'm close, but you get a reply within like 2 to 3 hours. But I'm the kind, like, you'll text me, I'll reply mentally.
I don't think.
But I'll forget to type it. And I'll remember, oh shit, I got a reply, because I'll be on Snapchat or something and I posted a snap. I'll be like, wait, so and so's been pissed because I've snapped and I haven't replied back to their message.
Oh, man.
So that's what I say. My communication skills are bad. They're bad.
Jeez.
But I'm gonna use the rest of this pandemic to work on them. 100%. 100%.
Hey, what about you, Tavo?
See, I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's too much of a bad thing, bro. Like I'm not very much of I used to be that text person, and like the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with like a 10 p.m. reply, because I'm sort of the same now. It's got to a point where, because on some of these dating apps, I'm just there, just like a pastime kind of thing, and I'll have like a conversation and kind of thing. But there's times where I just like, I apologize to some of these girls because I'm like, fuck, you messaged me so long ago. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, there's been this, that, the other, but still, this is no excuse. And yeah, it's sort of annoying, just having to rely on that kind of thing. But what I will say though, because I have been in the past, I'll admit, some people have said you're quite intense, because I'm quite a forward person. I've become less so. So like, the one good thing about all this is like, I let the conversation go its natural way kind of thing. I don't sort of like, yo, what are you saying? So yeah, do you like me? Oh, do you want to meet? That kind of stuff. I'm just sort of like, just have normal conversations and just see if anything comes of it. And I think that's one good thing. It's like, there's no expectation there, but that's something that's generally how I am, like over the last year or so. And
Okay.
I don't know, it's cool because it's the people that I think are worth sort of talking to, not to big myself up or anything, I think a lot of those conversations still continue kind of thing, you know. So the ones where, you know, you have to be all bells and whistles and like, yo, this, that, the other, chat up lines, those ones end quickly. But the ones where the person's actually quite interesting and patient and someone you actually want to maybe get to know beyond just like a hookup or whatever, those ones seem to be like lasting longer. So I don't know, it's been all right. It's been all right. Just I find, yeah, like there's one person I'm talking to. Obviously, I never reveal names just in case it goes to shit, just because I feel like just the way the world works, you say something and then it just goes badly. Every time I go, oh yeah, I'm excited about this one, it just goes to shit. So the one that I am sort of talking to properly, it's just progressed normally kind of thing. It's just, it's not all like steamy conversation and all that. It's just normal conversation. It's like, we've talked about, okay, when this is all over, maybe we should meet or whatever. But it's just a normal conversation, just like some couple that's been together ages would have kind of thing. So it's good in that way anyway. But nothing will be happening for Valentine's kind of thing.
Oh,
I don't know. Does that answer make sense?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
What about for yourself?
For me, I should not be doing anything. Like I've I've gone through quite a bit in the first lockdown last year. So it's gotten to a point where I kind of realize I've discovered part of myself that I didn't know existed, part of myself I now need to work on. So that is the kind of focus I want to put into. So I want to love myself. I need to show myself some love before I show someone else love. Because like relationships, that shit is a big investment. Like, you know, mentally, physically, financially, it's a lot of investment, and I haven't invested in myself for a long time. Because the thing with relationships, or the thing with me is, I don't usually give myself breaks. It's usually like from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other. So I've done that for so long. It's gone to a point now that I'm like, hold on a minute. Like I I don't. There's a lot about myself I don't know. There's a lot about myself that I don't like. So there are things that I'm working on. So for Valentine's, it's gonna be a quiet one. Hopefully it's a quiet one anyway. Uh, But yeah, it's chilled, man. It's chilled. I just gonna work on myself and see how that goes, you know. But yeah.
Definitely. And you know, you see how you said like you've got to like
Yeah.
love yourself before you can love someone.
Mm.
I feel like that's also that's
Mhm.
it is kind of like a pro to this whole lockdown situation because people are getting to like know themselves. They're getting to like know their own flaws and stuff as well. So like because people sometimes they get into relationships and they're not confident about themselves. They don't
Mm.
really like who they are as a person. They don't love themselves. So now the fact that they're getting this chance to actually be something, sometimes you're by yourself all day. So you're learning stuff about you. You could just be and be like, right, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know like my body looked like this. Oh, I didn't know this and that. Like especially with girls who are very subconscious. So obviously, I feel like that might be a pro to lockdown because you are now like starting to get to know who you are. You're starting to probably look after yourself a lot more. So which means probably might boost your confidence and whatnot. And like, do you think that's a pro or is that just me?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
it's definitely a pro. It's definitely a pro. It's
Still
definitely a
kind
pro.
of, I don't
For
know.
introvert as well, it's a pro. It's a pro because it means I get to spend less time doing like you said, Tabo. You know, there are times where you do stuff you don't want to do, like people invite you to places or come do something, and it's just gonna be rude to be like, nah. Like so you just sort of be like, oh yeah, 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 I'll be there. But like you're there, but the whole time you're thinking, fam, I want to go back to yard, man. Like I don't want to be here. So like it's saving a lot of like fakeness, and it's definitely like helping me sort of yeah get to know myself, get to know me. But I'm curious though, as a girl, Chrissy, because I know like in the last 1 year at least, you know, women around the world have been sort of discovering themselves and reaching a whole new level of empowerment, and feminism is getting stronger in that. Would you say through lockdown you've fallen in love with yourself, you know, both um inside and outside as a physically and mentally, or would you say you sort of fell out of love or dislike the person you're seeing on a daily basis? Because I know that the one thing, especially for a lot of girls and women, is spending more time on their own, sort of um, highlights their flaws, and with the way the mind is, especially mental health, you know, you kind of sort of focus on your flaws than your actual attributes. So do you reckon, you know, throughout lockdown, you've fallen in love with yourself, or you've kind of like gone like, you know what, I don't like this, I don't like that, I want to change this, I want to change that.
I feel like me personally, because okay, so before like the whole lockdown, I was going through a whole journey anyway.
All right.
Like I lost a whole load of weight, and then I took part in Ms Congo. So for me,
Oi,
that was
girl.
a whole
All
yeah, I
right.
took part
All
in Miss
right.
Congo 19.
Yo,
So for me,
congratulations, man. Man.
it was so
Jeez,
I
got a
know,
obviously
right?
model.
She's just, I
Jeez,
like how you
fire.
just calmly sat there the
Oh
whole
my
time. Just,
God, fire.
yeah, I know.
Oh my
Man.
God, fire, fuego. Anyway, carry.
yeah, so obviously for me already I was overcoming a lot of stuff already. Like with my physical appearance and how I looked anyway. So when we hit the first lockdown, I I would say that there are a lot of things about myself that I did find that I still didn't like. So it was, but it was also I had to like kind of like weigh on a scale of is it something that's because with us we love to overthink. We love to overthink everything. So it's just getting like grounding myself and thinking, okay, well, is this something that actually changes who I am as a person, or is this just this another thing that I've just got to roll with in life, like and it's things that I could easily change just through gym and all of this and all of that, and just eating better and like just looking after myself in general. So it was a thing where I feel like I did start to find that I did start pinpointing little small things that weren't probably that important, that probably still aren't that important, but I just started to nitpick. So I just started the smallest of things that, oh, I don't like how that looks. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like the way my skin feels. But it's like, it's little things like when then it would be like, well, there's nothing wrong with my skin realistically. I'm just now nitpicking. So I did find that I started to like look for stuff not to like because there was times I'm just sat there on my phone or I'm watching a series, so I'm bored. So I just started nitpicking little things. But then it's also a thing where I just had to like remember just to ground myself and be like, okay, well, pros and cons of this. Is it really that serious? And like, try not to overthink everything. Try probably not to put myself in the little society box. You know, this is how, you know, you're a girl, you're supposed to look like this, your body's supposed to be like this and that, your skin's supposed to look like this. So it was just reminding myself, okay, you know, you've already come so far. You need to stay out of that box. Don't put yourself back into that box. But like you said, it's like mental health as well. You have to be mentally strong to be able to like pull yourself out of that place of like where you're now finding things that you don't like about yourself that probably aren't even there, or you're starting to see things that, you know, you exaggerate, like, oh, I've got a pimple, oh no, it's acne, oh, I got blackheads, and you know, just little small things like that. And I don't know, I feel like mental health does play a big part of it. Like, if already you're a very subconscious female, I feel like probably this whole lockdown has probably not been the best, because you're forced to spend your time with just you and yourself. So you will find, I feel like, I don't know for other females, but I found that I did start to really dislike a lot of things about myself. But mentally, if already you got problems and you with yourself in general, you have low self-esteem, you will probably end up disliking yourself a lot more than what you did when the pandemic started, I think. But yeah, but I feel like mental health is a big one. Mental health is definitely a big one.
It's a continuous conversation, mental health.
Definitely. Mental health. Oof. Do you feel like, because I feel like people during this pandemic has probably gone bad, like, because I feel like you need the social, you need society to survive in general. Yeah,
I think it depends as well. It depends on, as you say, if you're like being in the outside world, if you're an indoor person, if you're a bit of both. Because yeah, definitely, like, I've heard, you know, stories of people like really hating this being confined, and then there's just a lot of people as well who are just like, oh, finally I have an excuse to stay at home. So I think it depends, like, it depends as well on how much you like being outside, kind of thing, you know. And it is healthy, obviously, to be outside, because you don't lose social skills, and we're social creatures and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, it's been testing. But I almost feel bad for like not minding it, because I think I prefer my indoor side to my outdoor side. Because I have a battery. I have a sort of social battery, and like, it can be there. It can be like, you know, Mr. Social, but then it runs out really quickly. So I think if you're more your social battery, and indoors you feel alone and that kind of stuff, then that must be fucking horrible. Yeah.
No, definitely. But with that as well, like, with the whole being like going out, I feel like one of the main reasons why I miss it so much is because before it was just there. It was always gonna be there. So you know, when you're like with me, like, if someone was to say, "Oh, do you want to come out for dinner?" Sometimes I'd say no, be like, "No, can't really be bothered." But I know the restaurant's gonna be open next weekend. I know it's gonna be there, but I miss it more now, simply because of the fact that I actually can't go. There's no physical possible way of me like going out with my friends, going to the cinemas. I can't go to the cinemas. The cinemas are shut. Before it was, oh yeah, you know, I've got work, so, you know, let's go next week, or let's go, you know, we'd like time. I feel like now probably I'm learning to appreciate time a lot more. So like time with my friends and time with my family. So I feel like when lockdown does end and people do tend to invite me out to places, I feel like if you're closer to me, I'll make that time before. I'll see you next week. Oh, I'll see you in a couple of days. Like, I didn't really care too tough, if that makes sense. But yeah, lockdown.
Yeah.
Testing.
The one thing that's been good, I must say, though, is, especially because to have a good social life is usually quite expensive. So it's been one thing I've loved about it is it has been a lot cheaper. So like, I don't have to get a train to go to lectures and that kind of stuff. I love that.
Oh, see.
I love that so much, kind of thing. That's the one thing, because to have, I don't know, just looking back to the normal times, you know, just even going out and about, there were times maybe you'd go out, maybe you're like, I don't know, you're too much on a level and you just spent, I don't know, some ridiculous, like you look at your account, I spent 100 quid buying other people drinks, and you're like, why the fuck did I do that? Like the next day. Or you, I don't know, just stupid things. And I don't know, you went to a restaurant and you're like, oh my God, that cost a lot. So in a way, as selfish as it sounds, I like that aspect of it. But I might be the only one.
See, I feel like I just substituted a little bit. Like, I feel like I did save quite a bit more money than I realistically would have if everything was still open. But I've kind of gone a bit over the top with like online shopping and stuff like that. So
yes.
Oh, well, I'll buy this dress now because when lockdown finishes, there's going to be a party that I start to now look for excuses as to why I'm buying stuff.
Yeah.
And because I have that time to sit there on Amazon for hours, or on Pretty Little Things, I'm buying stuff that I don't need, and I'm like, oh wait, I might have to return this one. Don't really, you know, let me quickly cancel the order before they dispatch it because I don't really need it. I just bought it because I thought it looked nice, or I saw it on TikTok. That's another thing. Like, I'm starting to become one of these people where if I see something that's interesting, I'm like, you know what, I might actually need this. Yeah, I'm moving to my new house in a couple of weeks, so let me buy this, and then I'll use. I start to justify my spending habits, and I feel like because I've got the time, I can do that now. It needs to stop, but you know, I'm shopping a lot more. Like
that's really, Amazon is the devil.
Amazon, but they have everything.
Bezos is killing it right now. He's just everything. Yeah, because it's just like 5 sets. It's so easy
for no reason.
It's so easy, isn't it?
Literally, Apple Pay as well.
It comes to your door.
Comes right,
just comes to your door, and you're like, "Fuck." Yeah. Nah, like
everything. Yeah. I have saved quite a lot more money than I realistically would have if I was going out and about, like paying train to go here, paying for there and that. Yeah, no, definitely saved a lot more money.
Do you think when it goes back to normal, people look at like a 50 quid restaurant bill and be like, I don't know, you know, so. Domino's kind of 2 for 1.
I hope so, but I don't know, because look what happened. Yeah. After the last pandemic, people started just flying out, going holiday. Like people were going to Dubai, people were going here, were going there, like Portugal. People were just going out holiday, spending money. Like all that money that they saved in the first pandemic, they probably wasted it going on holiday whilst the borders were opened, only to come back to England and go back into another pandemic or lockdown. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one. Me, I'm definitely going to be looking at bills and being like, boy, like, are we splitting this or? I got, you know.
I think them utility bills have probably gone up because people are like indoors all the time, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know like our electricity's gone like, because it's like every time. Instead of just being able to go to the park or out and about. Because the one good thing, obviously, about the earlier days, of it feels so weird, like saying the normal times. But, you know, you could, if you work all the time, it's just you're barely home kind of thing. And that saves a lot and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's different if you're working from home. But what about you, Abdul? Like, any difference cost-wise, or is it just same shit?
I haven't really focused on it. Bear in mind, prior to lockdown, I was in again, I don't like being social. I don't like going, not that I don't like going out, but I always find a reason not to do something, especially if it means I can save money or I can do it for free. So if I can stream a movie at home, why am I going to pay to go cinema? If I go cinema, why am I going to pay for the snacks if I can just go Poundland and just stack my bags? why am I gonna go restaurant to pay for a meal that when I get back to yard I'm still gonna be hungry. So I've always found like a cheap alternative to doing things. So I haven't really felt the difference. But I'm curious with Chrissy because you are well on your bio it says you're a digital creator, and you said something earlier about TikTok. And before the recent trend, Busset, I used to be curious. I was like, okay, I don't know if you participated in it, but if you did, and if you don't mind answering, I was curious, like, do y'all just like get ready, get dressed, do the challenge, and then just take everything off? Like, not for real, because
um
I know them things take time. So do you go through all that time and effort, do the challenge, and then get the wipes out, makeup off, and everything? And how do you feel after that? Like when you just go back to
just normal. See,
hmm,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't take part in the Busset challenge. I was going to, I'm not gonna lie, I was going to, but I was like, oh, it's just too much. Like, because like I do YouTube as well. That so there's days when I would literally just wake up, put makeup on, simply just for YouTube, and then film my video, whatever, 1-2 video, then I have to just wipe my face, clean. Like there's times when I've put makeup on, I've done my hair for TikTok videos. Like, yeah, you literally just doll yourself up once you're finished, take everything off and go back to living your day basically. But yeah, the process is basically just like that. You do your makeup, whatever, do the video, and then some might keep it on for the whole day. Me, I'm the type, if I as soon as I finish doing my video, that's it, I'm taking my makeup off and I'm getting comfortable again.
okay,
But
I'm
it's
not, I don't know if I'm deep in it, but doesn't that like I don't know if you have to do all that because that is like you're marketing yourself. That's how I see it. You're marketing yourself. That's self marketing. So when you now go back to your skin, do you ever feel some type of way? Like, do you feel like, right, okay, this is me, or you just like, oh, yeah, cool. I done something today. I felt good. How is that transition?
see, like a lot of my videos, I have a few videos that I have done without makeup on. So for me, that transition is just literally,
All right.
I've done my thing, back to my usual, sit down and chill. Because then there's times when I just can't be bothered. So I will just,
Mhm.
the only thing I'll do, I'll probably, if my hair's done, I'll just do my hair. If I need to put my wig on, I'll stick a wig on, whatever it is. So that's the only effort I actually will make sometimes. So that transition, I don't know. I don't really go through per se a transition because I feel like I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with and without makeup.
That's good.
So
That's achievement,
it's
man.
just
That's I rate that.
it's
I
just
rate that.
where I just keep it stepping, just on to the next. So yeah, I don't really go for a transition.
Alright, sick. Um, for whoever's watching this, do you want to let because we're just getting to know you, so do you want to let everyone know what it is your channel's about, what it is, the other Chris is about? So when Chrissy ain't, looking after people, what does she do?
Well, when Chris is not looking after people, oh, what do I do? See, I don't know. I love to chill. So when I'm not at work, I would either be at my mum's house just chilling with my sisters and my mum, or I'll be at home, or I'll be chilling with a friend, or like I said, I'll be doing YouTube.
Yeah, what's your
I've,
YouTube about? What's your YouTube channel called? What's it
my
about?
YouTube, it's Chrissy Online, and it's just basically I do like advice talks. So like I'll take topics and I'll just talk about them. Like I've recently started, so I've got like a series that I'm trying to work on called Chit Chat with Chrissy. So it's just like a chill session, drinks, food, whatever. We just talk about everyday life problems, basically things that people go through in their everyday life, and me putting my little 2 cents in, type of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna try obviously do little fun videos like challenges as well, like little just little in there, but mainly I'm gonna be focused more so on like the advice side of things. So like uni life, that type of stuff, like dilemmas and but yeah, that's
All right,
that's me.
sweet. Yo, Mr. Chabo, you got anything else you wanna put in before we peace out?
Thank you for talking to us. I really appreciate it. It's very good to have your insight as well. I feel like my opinion on this whole whether pandemic has been good or bad for dating has shifted slightly towards your view. So thank you. It's been very productive, and hopefully we get to feature you again at some point. For myself, thank you guys. Just generally, it was just a topic I was curious about, and it's good to have discussed it. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you for having me as well.
All good.
That's appreciated.
I got one last question. Tab, I know what yours is. On Valentine's Day, what song are you gonna be A, either getting down to, or B, you're gonna be like, digging into your ice cream, whatever ice cream you're having? So you're gonna be all up in your feels, or you're gonna be like, you're gonna be, what song is it gonna be?
My anthem actually this whole week, well not this whole week, it's been on and off, has been there's this Afrobeat song. It goes like, no girlfriend, no problem. I'm searching. That's gonna be my mood for the whole Valentine's Day. But I'm assuming no boyfriend, no problem. That's no problem. That's gonna be me, but that's gonna be my whole mood Valentine's Day. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep, definitely.
Do you know what the artist is? We're gonna add it to our playlist. We've got a little playlist we're doing for Valentine's. So we're gonna add it to our playlist. You know what the artist is?
Who's the artist? Oh, let me see. Hang on. Was I listening to it? Yeah, it was the last.
No girlfriend, no problem. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Probably gonna be my anthem now. Go and listen to it and be like, yeah. It's good energy, man. It's good energy.
Right. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's featuring Jay Shark.
Featuring Jay
Shark. Or Jay Sark. Yeah, Jay Sark.
Alright. What, SARK?
Yeah, no girlfriend, no problem. The artist is Cracky, I think he pronounces it. So it's Krakyye.
Rakyye.
Found it. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. I'm gonna be vibing to that.
All right. On that one though, I want to say thank you. Well, we want to say thank you. Like honestly, this has been blessed. And as like Tabo said, if you got time, because obviously everyone's busy, everyone's got their own little thing. If you got time in future, if we got something that we want to chat about, if you can join us, I'll be blessed. And if you want us to join you as well, we don't mind. Like,
yeah, we could definitely do it once this whole lockdown thing is, you lot could feature in a chit chat with Chrissy.
Hey, definitely. He said about food and drinks. So you gonna cook? You cook, yeah? You cook.
I want to go over there.
You know what? I can cook. I'll bring some chicken, man. I'll bring some chicken wings. You know what? It's all cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, thank you ever so much.
Thank you too. Bye, guys.
All right.
That's okay. All right. Bye.
She want make her fall, baby you grace. Yeah, what I say? You want make her fall like a fool. You want make her fall, baby you grace. You grace. No girlfriend, no problem. I'm single, I'm not searching. To the girls so they think I dey fall. I know before I rather fall in a pit. No girlfriend, no problem. I'm single, I'm not searching. To the girls so they think I dey fall. I know before I rather fall in a pit. No girlfriend, no problem. No girlfriend, no problem. No girlfriend, no problem. No girlfriend, no problem. Single forever. Obi your palava. I know one wahala. Go and date your father. Single forever. I know one wahala. What be your palava? Go and date your father.